back to another episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys are having an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic day of the most amazing variety. That only gets more fan-freaking-tastic from me on out. Today, we are gonna be doing something I never thought I would do. But god dang it, I love pushing things to the max, and today, we're gonna be pushing the zip gun to the max. By no means do I recommend doing this initially because holy guacamole is this expensive. 10 factory parts for the comfortable grip, and all it adds is 2 durability. Talk about sus. But nonetheless, we are creating this abomination and gonna be showing it off throughout today. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the fully modified zip gun in all of its quote-unquote glory, if you want to call it that. So we're gonna go ahead and use this puppy, and actually we are in a little bit of a rush because there is a motorcycle event which I think is gonna be a prime location to go ahead and show off of this zip gun. But it is something that I did want to show off because the zip gun, you know, it doesn't get a lot of love. I mean, why? Well, it's because it's the zip gun. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you know what? Yesterday we were giving the zip gun a little bit of love, and I got a soft... Oh, we gotta drive over there quick. There's like only a couple seconds left. I got a soft spot in my heart, and maybe also doing this for the zip gun means that Jane will love us and give us the Leviathan skin. As y'all can see, we got stuff in our inventory. Yo, we better not die during this event because honestly, that would be disastrous. We would lose all of this, which is all stuff that I have brought as my sacrificial offering to Jane. At this point, we're doing rituals for this lady to get the freaking Leviathan skin, and we still haven't gotten it. And oh baby, talk about an interesting little event over here. I wonder how this is gonna go, utilizing the zip gun to try and do this with its double action shot, which is one of the coolest active skill mods that there are out there. You literally get 2 shots for the price of 1, and yeet. Dude, I like how these survivors like literally are not noticing that I'm shooting them with the zip gun. Oh, there we go. They kind of started gluing stuff together. Oh no, they're shooting at me. What? Those dudes ran away. No, I'm just stuck over here shooting this one survivor with my freaking zip gun. Activate double shot ability. Oh, there you guys saw the double shot in all of its glory. And here you guys are seeing the zip gun in all of its glory as well. Oh, where did you run off to there, Mr. Survivor? Oh my god, why is everyone shooting me? I'm just trying to use my zip gun in peace. I mean, I guess I am also shooting you, but I'm just trying to use my zip gun. Jeebus Louiebus, why you gotta be so rude to me? Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you see my zip gun too? And yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we actually let the best people of this event run away. So looks like this might not have been the primest location. That is 1 knock against the zip gun. It just cost us a chance at a shotgun because this is arguably the best chopper event out there. Because one of the people literally has a shotgun on them, and if we're lucky, they will drop that shotgun. Unfortunately, it appears that like 2 of the people actually ran away because I am counting 2, dos, dwa, that is 2 in Polish right there, and dos was 2 in Spanish, dead bodies instead of the 4 that this event usually has, and also a little bit of lackluster loot. So maybe Jane will hear the stories of the survivors running away. Maybe they'll tell Jane, oh, this man, he saved us from our captors. What was the man? It was the man with the fully modded zip gun. Because like, I mean, okay, for all the memes that I'm doing with the zip gun, like, don't get me wrong, it's still really freaking cool, especially in its fully modded form. It's kind of hard to see because my hand is holding the grip, but between the grip, the silencer, and the pistol, it is one of the, I would say, arguably coolest looking guns out there, just due to like how unique it looks and how kind of like homemade of a gun it is, because it's literally held together by duct tape. And as you guys can see, it's literally a gun with a wooden handle, and it's looking like something out of the freaking like a Fallout 4 with some of the pipe weapons that they had in there that you could upgrade. And speaking of the zip gun, it is a gun as well that I really think that Kathir, oh, piece of candy. Let's freaking go. That's what I love to see. And we're gonna go ahead and toss that extra one over there. We're gonna pick up that red ticket, and we're also gonna glug 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 spreaded vitamin P. Hopefully one of the people that ran away didn't have this chopper, because their seat's gonna be a wee bit moist. It's the morning. It's the morning mildew. Definitely not vitamin P. Don't know what you're talking about. Glug 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 glug. Let's go and get the rest of that, and let's glug 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 glug. A little bit of that oil. oil, but gas out of the chopper and put it over into here because it is not a cheap driving to chopper event. So guess what? We steal the gas back from the people that we attack. And actually, that literally gave us the perfect amount of gas that we needed, so kind of nifty. There's also the back of this pickup truck, although historically, oh, I can also go in and use my healing ability. Let's wait to finish healing, and then I will loot. Oh, I can't, hello, oh, hello, what are you twerking over there, dude? What was that? Like a new dance move my guy was whipping out? I don't know, I'm a little bit bamboozled, bafoozled. Oh, what a glorious new word instead of bamboozled. Baffled and bamboozled in one. Oh, those are like two of my favorite words to denote confusion. I might need to trademark these words. I might need to make a t-shirt with bamfoozled on it. Oh, that would be a glorious shirt. Also, my armor took a beating from this event because, oh, piece of candy. I like what I'm seeing there. Yeah, our armor took an absolute beating out of what went on today as well because, let me just say, things could look better. Things could definitely look better than what they did to my marvelous SWAT armor. Luckily, just a couple days ago, we had that absolutely epic gamer moment raid on, I forget his name. It might have been Owen. I think it was a terrifying name like Owen. And I think we raided Owen, and this man just had a smorgasbord of SWAT armor to his availability. It was glorious, and we took about like 7 sets of SWAT armor, I think. So we're a little bit set on SWAT armor, but nonetheless, you always hate to see SWAT armor go down, and this one definitely took more of a beating than I would like. But throughout this, you guys have seen kind of where the zip gun does not necessarily excel. And personally, the zip gun is actually a go-to gun. I think its main situation and best place is actually going to be going up against slower and tougher enemies. Probably my favorite enemy to use it against is the Frenzied Giant, because the Frenzied Giant is like the one enemy you do not want to get into a melee battle with, and the zip gun is the one gun that you kind of like don't really want to use at range because it's like, oh, like, well, the enemy's just gonna catch up to me by the time it gets to me. But Frenzied Giants are incredibly slow, and zip guns kind of have that like really cool mechanic to be able to take advantage of that. Plus, double shot. Dude, that's such a freaking cool ability. I hope that's what the Winchester active skill mod is as well, because like the Winchester is kind of similar in that it's like a lever action gun. Now this isn't a lever action. By the looks of it, from what he does with that double shot, he kind of like really quickly cocks back whatever the firing mechanism is twice, but that wouldn't be out of the ordinary for something we might be able to see for a lever action type of gun. So we'll talk about that more in a second. For now, Jane, I bring your sacrifice. Here are these nuts. Hope you enjoy some of them nuts. I also got some rubbers for you. Let's not forget, oh baby, an engine so we could go all night long. And let's go ahead and get some of those along with a wheel, because it's a glorious achievement of mankind that we invented. Although that's a pretty advanced wheel. You know what I'm talking about. And please, Jane, can today be the day? Guys and gals, smash that like button harder than you've ever smashed it before, because we've done this a ton of times and Jane has apparently never been amused. So can today, maybe, just maybe, we hit 2 likes on the video? That's right. I know this is a high goal, but I think 2 likes is what we need. And maybe Jane will be like, oh, this guy's serious. So hopefully y'all have had the chance to do that. Jane, are you amused? We might need to go for 3 likes next time, guys. I don't think Jane was amused with what we had. Jane, you make me wanna freaking, I just wanna exit out of Last Day on Earth right now. You make me want to delete the game, Jane. Why you do this? Why? Do you guys know how much stuff I have brought to Jane? Like, don't get me wrong, she's definitely helping us out with our tank volume, but like, Jane, please, with how much stuff I have given you, you could probably purchase your own private military. That's probably what she's been doing. That's how she's paying the bikers. It's a Ponzi scheme that I'm contributing to. Just give me the freaking Leviathan skin, dude. Is that so much to ask? Apparently so. As much as I want to just throw my phone out the window right now and not worry about ever seeing Jane's face again, I made a promise to y'all, and that promise is that whenever something new gets added into the game, whenever something new is added into Last Day on Earth, it becomes my life goal to show off that newness. And unfortunately for me in this case, the Leviathan skin is a new skin that Jane is holding on to. It hurts. It hurts my soul, but this one's for y'all. I will go through all of the heartbreak I need to go through. I will let Jane do what she needs to do. I will let her steal all of my loot that she needs to steal if one day it leads to Leviathan skin. Now, here's the thing. As we continue maxing out perks, we will get closer and closer to being, like, to forcing her to give us the Leviathan skin. Because at a certain point, she will run out of perks besides the Leviathan skin to give us in one of her 3 perks that she gives to us. So, the tank volume thing that we're working on, though, that one, oh, here's some of the raiding supplies for today, by the way. But yeah, the tank volume thing that we have been upgrading doesn't max out to level 20, so I think I still have a lot of heartbreak ahead of me, lads and lassies. It's gonna be a bit of a brutal double shot. Yeah, dang it. I wish this thing did like a little bit more damage. And the thing actually is, if we had that one thing from the healer, that's the thing. I think one of the things Last Day on Earth should do is honestly another weapon mod update. And we'll talk about this a little bit more after we do specifically one thing at the motel, because this is the one thing that everyone should always be doing at the motel. Literally, like if the motel's even on the way, and if you have a 1 level, boop, boop. Also, can this thing get more criticals as well? But even if you just have like 1 level in your burglar skill, there is something that needs to be done, and that is the thing that I will be showing off for y'all today. So number 1, we obviously got to blow through this giant smorgasbord of like a bajillion things and go kabloom. But after that, there's another essential step that we got to do, and that is unlock a secret doorway that also has another boom involved. Although that's the boom that we're going to personally collect. Can we hit this gas cylinder with a double shot? Oh yeah, it has been set in motion. Bada bing, oh no, bada boom! Almost got myself caught in that. That would have been bad. And at this point, let's continue using a little bit of that zip gun action. And here you guys are seeing the fact that the zip gun is giving me no love on critical hits, which is actually a little bit brutal to see. Definitely hurts the soul a little bit, but this is the door that I was talking about. Always want to pop into this and unlock what it has. There will usually be someone that you got to worry about within. Double shot. I get like 1 critical on you. I'll take that as a no, fast buddy. Thank you for the piece of rope, though. That makes up for all the pain and suffering that you caused. All 4 or 8 damage of it. And there is actually what makes up for it. Non-sarcastically, a little bit of a grenade. One of the most powerful tools in the game for a one-time use item, and especially with how easy it is to get once you do get that initial burglar skill, it's always something you want to stockpile, and pretty much I'd say it's kind of the prized possession of the motel. Like, it's one of the best things that you could get out of it, and it's always a reason, even for high-level players, to go to the motel. Because I don't think I've ever not found a grenade in that. Ooh, piece of candy as well. I don't think I've ever not found a grenade in there, and this thing is something that pretty much is like a budget one-time use grenade launcher if used properly, and it has a lot of great uses, such as at the infected forest for taking out large amounts of those crawlers that attack you if you don't have the shotgun spread, or potentially a grenade launcher or something like that. Even at the police yard, whenever you're getting swarmed by tons of zombies, you can also just throw a nade at your feet and let them go kaploom. And especially if you have that one perk that actually reduces explosive damage you take, that makes it a lot easier to pretty much YOLO bomb yourself and not really take too much of a hit from it. Oh no, you make me smelly, boy. At least I got a crit. Oh, he makes me double smelly. Toxic Peters, why must you be douche canoe? It is unfortunate for you that today I am using this thing. With the silencer, by the way, which, I mean, it's not exactly... Oh, the one time I used a double shot, he only needed 1 shot to get finished anyway. But yeah, we're actually using the silencer on this puppy, which means we can utilize it a little bit in today's raid as well. Although the situations we're using it in today, as you guys are seeing, aren't necessarily the best situations for it. And the situation we were using it in yesterday against that Frenzy Giant and against those... Actually, it might be pretty good against Toxic Abominations. Ooh, piece of candy. And a couple of the other enemies that we are indubitably going to run across. I will put away the empty stuff. I don't need you, and low-key, I probably don't need this rope either. It's not that hard to get rope, and I got plenty of rope back at home. I could open up my own rope emporium, although with all the rope that these fellers drop, I would not be surprised if the zombies ran me out of business. They got this rope game on lock. They might honestly have a monopoly around it, but yeah, speaking to the zip gun, I do think it's really cool, but it just sucks how limited its use is. Even when it gets fully modded, like, it looks absolutely dope, but it's not really worth fully modding. It doesn't make it significantly better. Like, it makes it incredibly cool, but that's where I think the zip gun actually could use a little bit of work, because I think the zip gun has so much potential to be something bigger and something cooler, because there's actually in Sector 7, I don't know if they're still in there, I think that they are, there are a couple of other guns that actually match up pretty nicely with the general style of the zip gun. They are guns like the handmade shotgun and handmade rifle, and also a handmade pistol, but that's pretty much just a zip gun that fires a little bit faster, I think. But there's a couple more handmade items like that, and amongst them, I think the handmade rifle and handmade shotgun are really interesting, and it makes me wonder and kind of think, like, wouldn't it be cool if there were some more very specific mods added to the zip gun that kind of similar to this section over here that we are seeing, right? Where you have the capability to kind of put some of these custom different, custom different barrels on there. What if they actually added like a total conversion mod that like would literally convert the zip gun into a shotgun and like drastically revamp a ton of things about it? Now, it'd obviously be like a zip shotgun, so it wouldn't be super powerful, but still having like a handmade shotgun that would be able to pack a little bit of a punch, maybe have like, and maybe like the active skill for each of them could be unique as well. Like maybe for the conversion mod, if you convert it to a shotgun, for example, like this thing would kind of be like the shotgun spread mod that we love, but maybe a little bit smaller of a cone, you know, maybe not super wide, it wouldn't do as much damage. Like, it'd be so awesome if the zip gun could actually be transformed and have mods, maybe an entire section dedicated to transforming it into like these unique versions of itself, where you could turn it into a rifle, you could turn it into a shotgun, and I think those would be some incredibly cool mods and mechanics to turn in. And personally, it'd be something really awesome for the zip gun that otherwise doesn't get a lot of love, besides like attacking frenzied giants and slow enemies, because even the silencer here, like, it's not really worth using because it doesn't fully silence it. It only has silences it, and I mean, that makes sense. It's a zip gun. Like, this thing is definitely not up to military standard silencing, but nonetheless, I do think that the zip gun needs some love. It's such a cool concept of a gun, and there's so many cool ways that they could incorporate it into kind of like the starter gun that could be turned into so much more with the usability of like total conversion mods. Kind of like if you guys played Fallout, there was actually like the pipe guns that I was talking about earlier that had like, you could turn into rifles, you could like put scopes on them, all sorts of jazz like that. You could easily toss a scope attachment on this potentially, or like include that with the rifle conversion and just kind of drastically change these like stats, not to be super OP and like even not to be as good as some of the other things. Like, for example, if you turn it into a rifle, I'm not saying make it as good as a VSS, not even make it as good as a Winchester, make it like a budget Winchester, for example, you know, something like that would be pretty cool. Even a shotgun, make it like a budget shotgun, instead of doing like 80 damage or 70 damage like the shotgun does by default, maybe like 35 or something like that, with a super slow fire rate. Like, I think it'd be really cool to have some things converted like that, give a nice variety, and give the zip gun this super unique and special place, and kind of make people start caring for it. And maybe with those total conversions, they could just like cost a little bit of a little bit of, I mean, it could be treated like a mod, kind of like these, or it could be like kind of maybe a special bench. Like maybe you toss it into a bench and then you could turn your zip gun into like another kind of like handmade budget type gun. I think that'd be pretty cool. And speaking of the double shot over here that the improved revolver does grant, that's where I was kind of talking about the Winchester a little bit. And as you guys could see, I still need to get this freaking I need some of these Winchester mods, because as much as a bad of an idea as it is to fully mod the Winchester 2, I'm doing it, dang it. But as you guys can see, there are also these receivers, and specifically the areas that involve the lever being incorporated over here as active skill mods. Not to mention, you guys can even see on the second best receiver out of the rest, they do increase the speed as well. And I think with those speed increases, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, especially if you guys look at what this thing does, for example. It also increases that speed. I don't think it'd be out of the realm of possibility for something similar, like you guys can actually see here, kind of like the prototype of the revolver versus the improved revolver. That's kind of something similar that we're seeing over here. Like over here, you guys can see that gold vintage receiver, and then maybe this is like a gold improved vintage receiver of some sort that does give you that double shot capability, because a double shot with the Winchester would be incredibly cool and potentially a lot more useful as well, because the Winchester is just a lot more useful of a gun in general. And I'm also getting pretty close to getting a couple of other parts finished up as well. I think we're a couple parts away from having this silencer wrapped up, and also this sight ×8. but it's gonna take a lot of factory parts. But yeah, there you guys have my little spiel on the Winchester and zip gun, and kind of like, I mean, they're okay guns now, but I feel like they're gonna be so much cooler without necessarily being overpowered and giving them like these unique capabilities for being kind of bare bones type guns like we are describing. But without further ado, let's stop describing things and let's start raiding things instead. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my inventory for such raiding shenanigans and talk to y'all in a sec. And without further ado, let's commence the part that we all look forward to, at least I know that I do, every single day, and that is a little taste of a daily raid. For this raid, we need a wide variety of hatchets at our disposal in order to break into the base from some of the research that I did do ahead of time, and there should be some pretty solid rewards awaiting us, especially for a base that literally requires no C4. That always, like, whenever a base requires C4, like, my expectations for it just skyrocket, because if I'm using a C4 to break into you, Mr. Base, you gotta be giving me something good back. Otherwise, I'm gonna be big sad. Yeah, like extra big sad with a side of upset. That's gonna be me. But as we're making our way over there, like I'm saying, don't forget to let me know what y'all think about the zip gun Winchester stuff that we were talking about today, and in general your guys' thoughts on the zip gun, whether it be in its fully modded capacity like what we were showing off and what we are going to be showing off, and hopefully doesn't make too much noise, and or just in its like normal form. What do you guys think of the zip gun? Is it something that you do look forward to using? And like I'm saying, if you're not using it, definitely I think you should save it up and at least use it against frenzy giants. That is probably like its most specialized role, I would feel like. But let me know what y'all think about that in that comment section down below. Holy guacamole, everything just went wrong at once. And a reminder that that comment is gonna put you 1/3 of the way into the weekly $12 at Two Touch Play Store gift card giveaway. All you gotta do is all this, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. That'll ensure you win on today's video. Why does this man have so many crops? I'll ensure you win on today's video. Y'all can go ahead and enter in on every single last day on Earth video. When Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video for the past week, pick a random comment from that random video, and that will be the winner for the week, and we'll kick off a new weekly giveaway that exact same Saturday as well. So make sure you stay tuned with that notification bell to stay up to date with every single video. Y'all can enter in on for that weekly giveaway, not to mention all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well, and all the other dope raids. Not to mention this raid that kind of looks like a Tetris block with a slightly shorter tail. Like, slightly shorter than it should be, but this thing just reminds me of Tetris for some reason. Okay, random side notes aside, let's start the part that makes me a happy camper, and that's gonna be breaking into the chests. Why don't we go ahead and take a little sneak peek into what, ooh, baby. Already a good sign. This is a revenge raid, so a couple of things we gotta note. Number one, that's my aluminum. Thank you for giving it back, Mr. Raid. Number two, everything that we take from here is going to be ours to keep. We do not need to share with no grubby little raiders trying to take their quote-unquote fair share of our stuff. Oh, no. This man's got an ATV in a box. Holy guacamole. His storage technology is on fleek. Well, I might just need to steal his ATV from him, because maybe it will give us the power to finish building our own. Maybe it has the secrets of finding the ATV transmission in it, or probably it's just gonna be filled with disappointment. But I mean, that's always interesting, man. Whenever I find an ATV in a base, I'm always just like, why did you craft this already? And why have you not putting it down? There's no reason to, I guess, oh, that's actually a good point, man. They don't really let you know ahead of time. They're like, hey, you need a stone floor to put this ATV on. Also, I should go ahead and use a little bit of, oh, dude, that's the one thing that I hate about the double shot. You don't really have enough of a shot to like, see what I did there? Enough of a shot. You don't really have enough of a chance. Ow, there you actually got a hit off on us, but you don't really have enough of a chance to like run away after both hits happen. But I mean, at least you guys are seeing like, it doesn't make the most noise. Like so far, I think we've made like not even one noise. So despite the fact that it's only partially silenced, it doesn't add a ton of noise. We are still at 25, and let's go ahead and finish him off with the double zip gun shot that took care of him. Mwah! Absolutely flawlessly. And all right, we got some more chests that we got to go ahead and break into, and I think we're looking pretty good besides that. But I mean, we didn't use too much durability, or maybe it just seems like that because it literally takes so long to kill someone with a zip gun. Okay, I got a paddle. That's a paddle, and let's see what the rest of these have. This is about to be, we've crossed over the halfway point. Okay, like, it's nothing out of this world, but a little bit of gas never hurts no one. Kind of recuperating some of the costs. We can also break into some of, whatchamacall, these furnaces and stuff, but we are recuperating a little bit of the cost that it took us to drive on over to this raid initially. Bloop. Let's go ahead and toss that over there. Oh, nice. 3 first aid kits. That fits in perfectly with how many we were missing. Nice, so things are kind of coming together. Do you have any water? A lad is thirsty. Can he relieve himself of his quenchiness? Thank you, base. I would highly appreciate that. Maybe your shower will give me water. That's what I never understood. There's like a giant barrel up there that, low-key, I'm not gonna lie, that shower looks freaking nasty. Or maybe that's just me, because I'm smelling. Can I take a shower here? No, I can only break down and shower. Why can't I use someone else's shower? That's another great question that I gotta get to the bottom of. Kefir. Let me use other people's showers. Come on, new. Ooh, wada wada wada. And lots of enemies. Hello, Floda Bloda. And holy guacamole, all of you dudes. Now, I'm not the best at crowd controlling these fellers, because as y'all can see, recoil kicks in a little bit quicker than I'd like. Yeah, and let's barrel roll. Okay, that was the worst executed barrel roll I think I've ever done. I literally didn't dodge anything. It was a little too late to dodge the first one, and it was too early to dodge the second one. Talk about an oof. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup crew on this Toxic Abomination. The Toxic Abomination is a little bit more worrying as well because your window to run away isn't as quick because the Toxic Abomination is slightly slower, but this base, oh yeah, also has a couple of spikes that we could, if we wanted to, use. Yeah, man, it's just not a good idea to do that. That double shot, he has plenty of time to catch up to you. So, unfortunately, the double shot is a really cool ability. It's just a flawed one in that, like, the point of the zip gun is that it's supposed to be one of your most budget options to attack an enemy from a range, but the double shot kind of neglects that unless you're talking about a real slow poke of an enemy. Nay, not even a slow poke, dude. You gotta have an evolved slowpoke. You need a slow bro or like a slow king at that point to be able to do something about it. Because that double shot takes a sweet time, baby. All right, we still got 2 more chests to go after this. Still haven't found anything amazing, but maybe the secret to happiness or iron lies within some of these chests over here. Found a little bit of gold. If it wasn't the apocalypse, that might be more valuable. Unfortunately, I don't think gold really retains its value. Ooh, I got hyped for a sec. And then my brain cells kicked in and they're like, hey, Star, you dingus. That's your M16. It is. So I guess we'll collect some of the other things that this base does have. And now we kind of got to rely on these workbenches being kind of good. So hopefully we can unearth something good. And also we're about to be unearthing another wave of enemies. Let's get out of there. Move, move, move. You got to take out these fast biters first and foremost. These guys are not even worth using the zip gun on because they will catch up to you. A bunch of them. Oh no, I lost my shoes. Oh, that's not good. That might make it a little bit harder. Ah! Die, zombies. That might make it a little bit harder to deal with the Toxic Abominations because they'll be able to catch up to us faster than I'd like them to. But like we were saying before, make sure that notification bell hit as well because not only is it a great way to stay up to date with Last Day on Earth and all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well. That, if you guys like Last Day on Earth, you definitely should check out. Great chance you'll be enjoying a lot of the other stuff that you are putting up because if you guys like Last Day on Earth, I love Last Day on Earth. I love survival games. Last Day on Earth is like one of the primest examples of a survival game, and I think we got a lot of common over there. And oh, I almost managed to get away after a double shot. Yeah, though, we're in a little bit of a predicament here because I literally didn't bring any backup guns beyond my zip gun, which is going to make this a little bit of a process to deal with the abominations over here because you got to get that separation and then you got to try and just like waste away at their health a little bit. Double shot, get out of there. And this is also using a little bit of noise, and these guys have a lot of health, so hopefully this won't use too much noise. Hopefully we have enough zip gun left over to even freaking do the job over here, man. How did I not get the shot off? It literally sounded like it just fired. That's why I like the Winchester better. The Winchester fires instantly. The zip gun literally, oh no, has a wind-up time that it has to go through before you can do anything. Hey, where's that 41 health enemy? I want to attack him first. Ah, there she blows. He's over there in the middle. I can't really get a good angle at that. Okay, I think we got 2 shots off there. And there we go. Now, hopefully, we can finally finish off at least one of these dudes and have our first successful Toxic Abomination kill with the greatest gun of 2019, nay, the universe. The fully modded zip gun, as y'all are indisputably seeing in front of your eyes. But that notification bell is also a great way to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest of Last Day on Earth info. As soon as any new info does come out about future updates, sneak peeks, gameplay previews, any and all that type of jazz, we are making sure to share it to y'all, break it down, and connect it with all the other info that we know to give us the clearest look at the future of Last Day on Earth, what the future updates will hold. Not to mention, as soon as a new update does come out, we're checking it out ASAP and showing off all that it has to offer. Double shot. Showing off all that it has to offer in terms of new content, new weapons, new enemies, new anything. If something new is added into the game, we are showing it off and we're having an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic time with it throughout the course of our videos as well. Making sure you guys know what that new stuff is, how it looks, how to potentially take down new enemies, how to find or use new guns, what things are worth doing, what things give you good loot, what things are maybe not worth doing because the loot you get in return for them ain't really that great. I'm more than willing to risk everything for those biscuits, so y'all know exactly what biscuits, metaphorical biscuits, that is, that we are talking about. Oh, baby, check it out over here, double shot, y'all, yeet! We're taking that toxic abomination down, and now we're just talking a 1v1, mano y mano, shoeless military guy, and the glowing green dude for the showdown of this century, millennium, the universe, the showdown of all of time. Yes, this is the showdown that all of time has been building up to. And also, with those new updates, whenever new things do come out, I'm more than willing also to show off all that these new updates do have and use our massive loot stockpile to show them off. And even when it does come down to potentially using a couple of $1 dues to show off the newness that these updates do bring, whether that be, whether that be a new crate or like a season pass that gets added in, more than willing to show those off, the new challenges that they might bring, and just overall make sure that we know exactly what these new updates bring, and y'all know exactly what to expect and what to look forward to. Without further ado, I'm just looking forward to finishing this toxic abomination after playing Ring Around the Rosie with him for the 50,000th time. And without further ado, finish him! Double shot, you're awesome. Kind of. I just wish you maybe did more damage and or attacked a little bit faster. Leave a little bit left to be desired. Not all a ton, but definitely a little bit. Wow! Just like these woodworking benches, they leave a lot to be desired. 2 wood. Okay, 20, that's a little bit better, but still. Talk about lackluster over there. You can definitely break into one of these puppies. A workbench had nada. And then there are also 2 furnaces out front that might have some promise within the empty promises. That's all that they got. Yeah, besides that, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna kind of like sift through the rest of this relatively. I'm taking the ATV. I'm stealing your ATV, bro. But besides that, for the most part, it's looking like relatively mediocre loot that we are coming across. I might also take this instead of something. I gotta put some stuff away into my chopper, but that's all some logistics I'll figure out because unfortunately there's nothing that really stands out that blows me away. I'll take your guess though, bro. Happy to do that. Yeah, nothing that like really blows me away a whole ton, so I'm just kind of gonna sift through and just kind of pick out what I want and take my time with it because there's a lot of options. Unfortunately, none of them are great options, so we don't have that going for us. But yeah, and then that thing's probably not gonna have anything with it, so I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna kind of grab what I can from here and wing it from there. But with this raid coming to a close, that's gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have this was an awesome one, and I'll talk to you next one.